Yo, what is up guys? Boris here, coming to you guys with a bit of a weird video. I normally don't cover global content that much anymore, but there's been something crazy that most of you guys by now have probably seen, maybe you haven't seen, but let me go ahead and explain to you what happened, and then I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts because it's pretty funny. It's actually pretty funny. So normally, you know, around update o'clock, so 11 p.m. Eastern for me, I go on Twitter. I see normally OPTC Japan a few times a week. They'll post silhouettes of new characters. They'll tease like maybe a new ship, a new story island, new Fortnite characters, new legends. So they always tease stuff on Twitter. So I always go on Twitter as soon as update o'clock hits and see, you know, and see what's up. You know, see if they tweeted out anything. Because a lot of times they do. A lot of times they do tweet out. I'd say normally about a few times a week they'll tweet out really cool stuff. And so last night at update o'clock, I went on Twitter, I checked, and I saw this. I'm like, oh cool, we're getting a new character on JP, that's awesome. And then all of a sudden, I look at the handle and it's, wait a minute, this isn't JP, you know? What's going on? This is this is global. To be honest, it's been so long since I even looked at this global OPTC Twitter page that I completely forgot I was following it. I didn't even know it. I mean, I guess I just followed it at some point. As you can see, normally they just tweet out the banners, so it's nothing crazy. Like, this is kind of cool, but for the most part, they just tweet out, you know, new banners or whatever. So it's something that I don't normally expect to check. And all of a sudden, at the top of my list, at the top of my feed, we get this information about a new clash has just been added. Whose silhouette could this be, right? And I'm like, wait, what? You gotta be kidding me! Because the first thing I'm thinking about, well, OPTC, you know, the global Twitter never tweets out silhouettes. They always tweet out just, like I said, the banners, which again have all been on JP already, so I already know what they are. And so when he tweeted out this, I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? And then I'm trying to think of every image, every character in the game, and I can't think of any characters that fit this one. So I'm sitting there thinking like, wait, what's going on? Is this really happening? Is this actually happening? Is Global getting an exclusive character for the first time? I know you guys can argue that they got the Kai Mihawk as a global exclusive, but we got it like right after them, or I don't remember. They got it, I think, but then JP got it, so that didn't really count. But this could be very interesting for a few reasons, but I gotta start by saying this. You know, I often joke around that Bandai's watching my channel. I did a video saying we need guaranteed reds on global, and then the very next day they announced guaranteed reds. The day I decided to go on a global rant on Twitch, I was streaming yesterday. I decided to do a rant explaining why Bandai's never gonna do exclusive characters. I literally said, Bandai hasn't done exclusive characters. I've been waiting for a new global exclusive character for 2 years, 2.5 years, and they've never given us a global exclusive character. I doubt they'll ever give us one at this point. The same day I go on that rant, they give us what looks to be a global exclusive character. Now, the funny thing is that, you guys know Rob Lucci version 2 Legend is coming out on global. They sort of sped him out. They skipped a ton of legends to get him out, which is pretty funny. But if you look at the notice, for Lucci V2, you'll notice in the notice that they mentioned that he's going to be really good for a certain raid, upcoming raid boss, right? Upcoming clash. And so when, you know, that came out about 2 days ago, and a lot of the people in my community, we've been wondering who that's going to be. Because if you think about it, you know, Legend Lucci's blue, the new one, so you're gonna be good against a red raid boss. I can't think of too many raid bosses that Global has gotten Global hasn't gotten that Japan already has. I mean, the best one is Sanji, but he just came out on JP, and to be honest, he's really tough. He's really hard. So I don't think Global's getting him anytime soon. You could argue maybe Red Pika. Kai Pika, but you know, that could be a potentially thing. But again, you don't really need Blue Lucci for Pika. I mean, Blue Lucci definitely helps against Sanji. It's the team that I personally used to farm the raid boss Sanji, the new one on JP. I usually actually farmed him with the blue Lucci, so I mean that does make a little bit of sense. But then again, if you don't have blue Lucci, I mean he's pretty tough, man. He's incredibly tough. We have the Sunny with the special cooldown right now at the moment, a special event, so that's why a lot of people were able to clear it. But you know, on global without that ship, it's gonna be pretty impossible. So we were really wondering what boss is it gonna be. Like, it doesn't make it. It just things didn't add up, and so now things are starting to make a little bit of sense. It looks like it might be a completely new global exclusive raid boss, and that's awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited because that's what I've been wanting for a long time. I've seen other games before Treasure Cruise get global exclusives. I've seen that happen so many times, and for Treasure Cruise to finally get one, that'd be really cool. The reason I do consider, if this does come out soon, if it comes out soon, I definitely will. I think this is gonna be an exclusive. The reason is this, like I said, JP just got Raid Boss Sanji. Sorry, they just got Raid Boss Sanji last week, or a week and a half, or whatever. So what that means is that we're probably not gonna get another raid boss for a while. JP, they probably get a new raid boss every month and a half. So, you know, the fact that they just teased this raid boss on global and we just finished getting a new raid boss on JP, it's probably going to be a while before the next raid boss. So this could potentially be a global exclusive, at least for a good amount of time. You know, a timed exclusive, as they call them in the console world or whatever. This, I mean, again, you could argue that Kai Mihawk was a global exclusive, but again, JP got it almost at the same time. Definitely Korea has some pretty crazy exclusives like Legend Law V2 and Legend Boa V2. Those I do consider exclusive because they had those for a long time before JP got them. And maybe Global's gonna get theirs as well in the form of a raid boss, which is cool. I think it's cool. I think it's cooler to get a raid boss, or you know, like a 6-star or 5-star plus as a global exclusive, as opposed to a legend, which is cool, but a lot of people won't be able to pull them. So I think this is cool if it does come out. Now, as to who this character is, there's been a lot of speculation as to who this person is. People are, you know, obviously you see the sword in the background. The first thing you think of is Mihawk, but then again, it doesn't really look like a Mihawk sword. So then people started saying it was Shanks, and people are starting to speculate that it's actually Rayleigh. So people think that, let me see if I can put in the picture. People think that young Rayleigh, which is cool, man. Young Rayleigh, farmable Rayleigh, is something that we've been waiting for. Being able to farm those Rayleigh sockets. Although, I mean, Rayleigh's not really too relevant anymore, but it's still cool, you know, it's still awesome. Especially, you know, in his prime, young Rayleigh was probably second in command of the King of the Pirates, you know, so really, really awesome. It could be someone else as well. Who knows who it's going to be, but let's go through some of the comments. I think this is just something really exciting because it opens up possibilities that weren't there before. You know, if before this, if you told me Global was ever going to get a global exclusive at this point, I would have said no. And I said no. I said it yesterday on stream. I went on about a 10-minute rant. I don't know, maybe it was long. I don't know. But it was just, you know, we were discussing it on my stream yesterday. And I was talking about how disappointed I was in Global and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, for the first time ever, we get a silhouette from the One Piece Treasure Cruise Twitter account. Which, again, they don't normally tweet out stuff like this. You know, so we got a lot of things coming for Global if this is the case. I mean, I've heard rumors from the French community that OPTC France is trying to, Bandai France is trying to do stuff for the global community. They're trying to bring in some stuff, but the global overall Bandai is not letting them do stuff. I've heard stuff like that, so I definitely think that there's potential for Global to get some love from now on, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to definitely wait and see. Now, I think the most important thing we have to keep in mind is this is cool. Definitely, you know, global players are still hurt from whatever happened, you know, the controversy. I understand that, and I understand this is pretty cool. We did get guaranteed reds, so that's cool too. The new Sugo Fest is kind of mess. So I mean, it's back and forth. It's like one day we're happy for global, and then one day we're sad for global. One day we're happy for global, next day we're sad. So really, what I want to see is consistency. I want to see transparency. I want to see people over at Bandai responding to emails, starting to interact with the community. That to me is the number one thing. The number one thing that's most important for any of these games is interacting with their communities. It gives the community confidence that people are listening to them. makes them more confident in spending the money because they're putting it towards a product that they believe in and a product that they know will at least last a while, and they know that people they're getting listened. You know, if you're paying money, you want your feedback. You know, especially if you're paying this for like 2.5 years. You know, and you like at least a little bit of recognition from the company. So at least you answer. You know, it could be the answering through Twitter, answering on Reddit, or answering anywhere. Maybe not Reddit, but answering, you know, just emails in general or stuff like that. You know, release communication from someone. That'd be the best, in my opinion. So yeah, I guess I'll just leave it here. I'll leave it here, guys. Let me know what you think. Are you guys excited for a global exclusive character? I mean, I know I am. Even if I might have to bust out my global account and try this guy out. I mean, we might get wrecked. Probably will get wrecked, but we'll see. He is red, so, and I do have time skip Luffy. So we're going to try it out when he comes out. Who knows when, though? It might not be for a while. It might be next week. Who knows? But anyways, let me know if you're excited down below. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. And until then, peace.